Hi, greetings, Aries. This is Carrie Mubarak, and I am at wooingnature.life. I hope you are doing well today, and I hope that all is well with you. We are moving right on into December 2019, which of course leads up to 2020. 2020 being an opportunity for us to really dig deep on our dualities. Okay, Aries, so that goes for you too. You're going a step deeper. You got to go a little bit deeper because we haven't been getting that deep around our dualities. And things, they are changing. They are changing, and they're changing at a very rapid speed now. We have picked up the momentum, and the momentum is picking up. You guys have probably been hearing me, if you've been tuning into the channel, you've been hearing me talking about Pluto and Saturn and what Pluto and Saturn are doing as far as adjusting and turning the wheel. So we are making some major adjustments. Humanity is making some major adjustments as well. We need to. And so going into the second decade, or the second set of 10 phases, the power of 10. And the power of 10 is very real. And so as we are going into 2020, we're looking at duality. We're looking at it a second time. We have already been doing that, but I don't think we're really fully conscious of it. But in 2020, you're going to be conscious of it. You're going to be conscious of your dual nature. You're going to be conscious of the dualities that exist around you, being on this plane of existence. But that concept and that reality is being adjusted. We are adjusting it mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We are starting to see ourselves. Hold on, we got a screeching vehicle. All right. We are diving a little deeper on this, and we are adjusting. As I was saying, we're adjusting that our concept of duality, and we're merging it a little bit more. Now, for those of you who are tuned into a non-linear construct, okay, the non-linear tells us is that there is a middle ground that we're trying to reach. It's not these extremes, right? So wherever you have extremes, which represent dualities, you have to merge toward the middle. You need to find a space in the middle to get. If you think about a tornado, inside the eye of the storm is where it's calmest, okay? So if you're out on the periphery of the storm, if you're out here, taking unnecessary sides, then you need to bring that to the middle and bring it back to balance. And that's what it's all about. That's what Wooing Nature does. Wooing Nature is all about bringing your life back to balance and doing it intuitively. That's the thing that we've been missing over the past, I don't know, millennia. We have been missing the point, and the point is that we are spiritual beings walking in a human reality, or in a human paradigm, and that is what it is, okay? And in knowing that, and in sensing that, and in feeling that, and feeling yourself in synchronicity with everything else around you, whatever is happening, knowing that it is for your greater good, and being and finding some resolution in that is what the key word is for this time period right now. I keep saying over and over again, resolve and being resolved and that kind of thing. And this duality examination, this personal, and that's what we're doing, this personal examination of duality is going to help usher that phase in, and we are moving into that phase. So just hang tight. Everything's going to be good. All you have to do is deep breathe, okay? Deep breathing exercises. I highly recommend them if you are not in touch with your prana, your chi, or your ki, or whatever, your ashe, then you need to get in touch with that, because it is going to be a spiritual walk, folks. It is not going to be like operating in these illusions anymore. The veil is rent. And since the veil is rent, we're going with it, okay? It means everything's out. Alright, so Aries, I have picked up the mystical shaman oracle for you. Just picked it on up. So I guess that's what we're going to be working with you this month of December. Aries, since I have this deck, I'm going to go ahead and do a medicine wheel for you. It's a medicine wheel spread, consists of 5 cards. The 5 cards let us know where you are, what your center is, where your focus is, or where you are right now in the moment. It also looks at you from 4 different points. It looks at you from a what I call circumspect view. That means all points around you. It looks at your what you're learning, what you've been through, what you've been handling, what you've been dealing with, the wisdom that you gained from dealing with it, and then what you're going to do moving forward, okay? So for those of you who are interested in getting a personal medicine wheel reading, that's what it's all about. Some people have been asking on the website, oh, I don't know which one to pick. I don't know which reading to pick. Hey, email somebody. Call and ask. You know, this is a family-friendly situation. You can call and ask any questions that you want. They're free. You can ask all the free questions that you want. Okay? Don't be scared. Reach out. Make the connection. You got to make a connection. These connections that we've been making have been fake. They haven't been real. You have to make a real connection. You're a human being in a human body. You got to make a real connection. Got to make the connection. All right, Aries, I'm moving right on in here. Ooh, I got the seer right there in the middle for you. Ooh. Woo, Aries. Woo. Wow. Interesting. Interesting spread. All right, so first off the bat, in the middle, we have the seer. So you are the one in December. You are the one who sees. All right, everybody, y'all cross-watchers. All you cross-watchers out there, you better pay attention to Aries, because Aries is the one who is in the seeing position during the month of December. I can see that because we've been talking about this for the past few months. Aries has been building. You all have been building, and you all have been working, and you all have been pushing. And this is really what you've been pushing toward, and maybe you didn't know. Okay? But you are the seer, and you are out front. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. You're out front. You're number 1. And so whatever it is that you're seeing, whatever it is that you're observing, is going to be very important to the rest of us. We need to know what's going on, okay? So put yourself in the position of the seer. Now, if you're going to put yourself in the position of the seer, then you have to see objectively. Because if you're going to see for the rest of us, you have to see objectively. How do you see objectively? By taking your personals out of it and just observe and get the facts. See, we have been minus facts. People have been spreading lots of opinions. But facts, we are a little shy on. We need them. And so you all hold a very important position during the month of December as being the seer. Now, how do you develop your seeing mechanisms? You got to meditate. You have to meditate, you pray, and you ask for the sight. And then you go into meditation, and the meditation sets your body rhythm, your current body rhythm with that which you have prayed for. That's what meditation does for you. It centers you in your own voice. So when you pray, that's why people say pray and meditate. It's 2 different things. Praying is giving gratitude, expressing gratitude. It's an expression, right? Or it's asking for something, praying for something. You're putting it out in the universe, for those of you who are non-believers. But for those of us who are believers, we pray to the Creator. The Creator then begins to answer the prayer in the way that the Creator sees fit. Thank God. Praise Him. I'm glad, because I don't have to think about a whole lot of stuff. For those of you who are dealing with anxiety and all that other kind of stuff, hey, just get centered, pray, ask, then go in meditation. And when you go in meditation, it literally sets your frequency to that which you have asked for. And so then everything about you starts vibrating in that energy field. And then things are going to start to come towards you for you to pay attention to. Dun, dun. And when you pay attention to them, you make notes. So please get your papers and your pencils out, write things down. Whether y'all keep things on your phones, this, that, and the third, there is a physical mind-body connection with using your hand to write down what it is that you have asked the universe for. There is a connection that happens between your penmanship. That's why your penmanship is unique. People, when you sign on the dotted line, they can analyze that and say, oh, that's not your signature. Because your signature is unique unto you. So there is an actual mental, physical, physiological connection, and it's also spiritual connection with writing things down. So write it down. Make it plain upon the tables. You have to write it down. And as you're writing it down, you're literally manifesting it. All right, so enough of that. Moving on. Learning. You have the ghost dance. Now, the ghost dance is a ceremony. It's a ceremony. And the ceremony connects you to your ancestry. It connects you to your physical lineage that then ties to the spiritual realm, because now these people that are connected to your DNA, your physical, your blood, your skin, your body, that's all earth, right? They are now on the other side, okay? So this is about making a connection to your ancestors. Well, that's that. Now, how you choose to do that is up to you. There are ancestor altars that you can build in your home. There is libations. You can pour libations to your ancestors if you don't want to do the altar thing, if that's not your thing. You can also do a ghost dance. So for those of you who are connected in that way and you know about the ghost dance, you can do that. So whichever way you choose to connect, you can, place pictures around your house of your ancestors just to kind of bring that energy in, or you can just talk about them, at dinner, as Christmas is coming up in December. You all sitting around the dinner table. When we're sitting around the dinner table, just a little tidbit of spiritual information. When you're sitting around the dinner table and you're reminiscing about your ancestors, it brings your ancestors in. It brings them close to you. Because their memories, they're connected to your memories. And so by speaking about your ancestors and whatever you remember about them or whatever, like I said, just reminiscing about them, it brings their energies close to us. It reminds us of certain things because there's a reason why you remember certain things about an ancestor and other people remember other things, because we're all interacting with each other differently. We're each person takes away whatever it is that they take away from the relationship. You all might be a family of 10 living in the same house, and everybody has a different relationship, and so they have different memories. And tying those memories together ties together the spirit of the person in our minds, in our minds. And so that's going to be something that you are learning about. That's in the South position, which is about learning and discovering or whatever. So this may be new to some of you, the idea of connecting to ancestry, but you can do it in little ways. It doesn't have to be a big scary thing, but some of us do a little extra. Okay. All right, so the corn is in the West position. This is I love this card. I love this card so much. I don't even know if this video is going to give it justice at all, but it is a beautiful image by Jenna de la Gretalia. I hope I am pronouncing her name correctly. If you want to, I don't know if I've done art of the deck. I should have by now if I didn't, but you can check out the art of the deck and you can learn more about the artist and the art in this, and she has some beautiful images. This is one of my favorite ones, but this is the corn. The corn, there's a saying or something in one of the Native American traditions where it says does it grow corn? Like if somebody says they present an idea to you and they say, oh, I have this great idea and I want to do this, 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 and that. And they'll say, well, does it grow corn? Does it grow corn means, does it have a firm foundation? And when we go into 2020, 2 and 2 equals a 4. 4 numerologically is about foundations. It's about grounding. It's about, is it gonna work? Okay? It's about bottom lines. And so when the question is asked, does it grow corn? It means, is it useful? Is it useful for the whole? Is it something that is needed? Is it something that is required? And that is also what you are looking for, because this is something that you get. Aries, you understand this. This is in the West. So this is something you have an understanding of. You know whether or not something's, worth its weight or not. Whether it's a bunch of BS or just a good idea or whatever. But also get in touch with that within yourself. Is it just a good idea, or is it something that really represents a foundational piece? Because that's what we're doing in 2020. We are moving into a phase where we are building our foundations. We are setting our, little house, getting our house in order and setting the pace for that. So you want to be thoughtful about it. You want to be thoughtful in that regard. All right. And we have a soul retrieval happening. I don't know if this is for yourself or someone else. It could be that this whole process is like a soul retrieval for you, because there is an aspect. Yes, that's what it is. This whole process for you of tapping into your seer self, this side of yourself, this was long coming. And so everything that's including the ghost dance, the messages about the ancestors, whether or not something grows corn, it's all leading up to, or has led up to, this whole phase that you've been in. And then this being about retrieving who you are from the dark, from way, way down deep. And that's what we're doing. That's what I'm talking about with this double dipping of dualities. The double dip of dualities. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do a whole piece about that. Got to. So, yeah, it's about really digging in deeply and really finding what you've been missing your whole life. And I feel like this is what you've been missing, Aries people, for a lot of you. So this is going to be a big spiritual step that you're moving into in December. This is going to be a big one. Do your math. I was going to say, do your math. Do your meditation. Do your detailing in December. Because you're really already there. It's already happening. I'm going to say, like, if I could put this on a spectrum of where you are in the total journey, I'm going to say, like, midway. Like, you've done all of this stuff. And so now this is like another launching point for you. But I want to say that it's not going to feel like a big leap into the unknown. It's going to kind of feel like a little jump, which means that you've done what you were supposed to do. Aries, no wonder you're the seer. Oh my God. All right. And so moving forward, we have the sacrifice. Now, sacrifice is an interesting card for me because, there's the sense that there is no need for sacrifice. But I think, Aries, that you know what sacrifices you've made. And you know how it's grown you. And you know what it has done, positive and negative. Because sometimes we make unnecessary sacrifices. And sometimes we make necessary sacrifices. And I think for all of us that can be a little blurry sometimes. Sometimes it can get blurry because we care, or because we're, doing other things, or trying to help other people, or trying to do for others more than we are doing for ourselves. That's really where a lot of sacrificing comes from. But then there are those things that must be sacrificed. Like sometimes a bad attitude has to be sacrificed, or sometimes your way of thinking has to be sacrificed in order for you to be able to attain what it is that you set out to do, or in order for your soul to be retrieved, or in order for your soul to be able to grow to the next level, to evolve. So you got to think about, it's something to think about, is what sacrifice has been for you and what that should look like, or what you think it should look like, if that makes sense. All right, Aries, that's it for you all. This is powerful time. Do your meditation, do your prayers, do your ancestral connections. The retrieval is in play. It's already in effect. You don't have to do, in other words, you don't have to drive it. It's driving itself. And all you have to do is be the seer. All right? I will be down in Miami December 5th through the 8th for Art Basel. I love the arts and I love art, and I'm going to be in the midst. So if you need some services, give me a call, or you can email me at Kerri, Kerri, at wooingnature.life. As always, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you have a fantastic December, Aries, and I hope you are having a wonderful life.